guys, I'm Bri.
And I'm Alli, and this is Offscript.
If you think about it, books are potential scripts for movies.
When this adaptation happens, typically it's disappointing because they went off script.
In this series, we will be talking about how off script they went.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Offscript.
Look, now we're doing it even more awkwardly because it's one mic.
So we have one mic right now. We're sharing a mic because we are joined by... I was like, wait, what?
I was just jumping in to gasp.
By our good friend Justin. Hi, Justin.
This is great.
And I courteously gave up my microphone and headset. That's
Much
not true.
appreciated.
I was told to, but that's okay.
Oh. Against your will.
Just kidding.
I just figured this was easier.
It's way easier. No, it is.
I didn't tell you to give up the headset.
I know. I'm
was
just
you.
so nice.
Look, my app just told me to drink some water.
See?
I guess I should get my water now.
Yes, you should.
Your app told you to.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Learn something new.
Yes. All right.
So yeah,
Where do we get?
we are joined by our friend Justin.
Yes.
We didn't get very far.
No,
We didn't. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for being on our minisode too, because he's actually going to be on a full episode, guys.
In a couple weeks.
Yes.
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 Yes. Literally in 2 weeks, right?
Ah.
Paper Towns. And
Brokeback.
Brokeback comes first? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Never mind. In 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. Well, first off, we want to introduce you guys. So, Justin, how long have we known each other?
Oh gosh, that's a question. Let's see. Alli, you and I have known each other since. Oh gosh.
Like 12 years.
Yeah.
Right? 2011?
2011.
Wow.
That's crazy
That's
to
a
think
whole
about.
school student, first to 12th grade. That's how long we've known each other.
Wow, that's weird. That's weird to think about.
Insane.
And then Bri, I've known you how many years now? Hasn't been that long. Not
I was just going to say, I was like, you made it. Was that the dog?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. I was like, there was a person?
I think we're coming up on 3 years.
3.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, because we met in 2020.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
So cool.
Friendships.
Yes. But Justin, you're even more important to our podcast than you know. Do you know that? Why? Did you know that?
Do you know why?
Do you know?
Do I know why?
Do you?
I hope.
I think I know why.
Why?
Because I named it.
You did. You not only name it, you gave us our intro.
Verbatim almost.
Our whole intro was a text you sent us, and we were like, we love that so much, we're going to use the entire thing. So it only fits that you're our first ever official guest.
Yeah.
Riley was like a little snippet. That didn't count.
That didn't count.
You're our first guest.
We're not having you come on the end of the episode and go, what's your name? How old are you? Who's your favorite character?
I thought that's what we were doing.
Well, then.
So, Justin, how old are you?
Oh gosh, 31. Too old.
Yes. My gosh.
Okay, well then we can get into the nitty gritty of what our minisode is going to be.
Okay.
All right. So 5 weeks ago, I really hope it was 5 weeks ago.
Just say when we did our perks episode.
When we did our perks episode, I got real honest with y'all about where my mental health was. I will say that things have turned quite around. So I got a new job. I've got a lot of just good opportunities coming my way. And so things are starting to look up, but obviously mental health is still, obviously I know that this doesn't mean that everything's going to fix itself. And so, Alli and Justin and I all struggle with mental health. So we thought that this might be a good episode to kind of dive in a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
There you go.
Helpful, guys.
Yes.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
But we want to talk like mental health and like self-care, what we do for self-care, what we should be doing
There
for
you
self-care.
Okay. Let's see. Well, mental health. Well, so my big thing, as everybody knows, is my mental health all went downhill with Cameron. So grief is my big, huge thing. So I've always been like, you know, talk about grief, right? That's the thing that, you know, people don't talk, not only just like, they don't talk about mental health in general. Like, luckily it's becoming more of a norm. Thank goodness. So my thing is talk about grief. And it's a lot easier when people talk about it. So that's why I think it's good that we're doing this episode to talk about mental health in general. And I will give Justin a shout out because
He's on the podcast.
I meant shout out like as in a thank you shout out, not shut up. That's okay. Because right after Cam passed, you were like my rock. You were there for me with all my mental health issues. And like, there were days where I was like, just couldn't make it. And then I just would message you and you'd always be like, you got this. You're awesome. And I was like, oh my gosh. So you got to have those people in your corner. And I'm so glad that you're one of mine.
I'm glad to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a two-way street, and I know that you're somebody that I can count on if I'm having a bad day, if somebody I need to talk to. You know, I always know that you are somebody that I can talk to, and you'll be there.
Yeah.
And so it's having a support system for that is so crucial when it comes to like mental health, and you got your good days, you got your bad days, your ups and your downs, but you know, having a good support team is just it's a necessity. It really is. Not enough people talk about that or really have that, but it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I agree.
It is. It's so hard too because it's like so different with everybody. So things that help one person might not help another person. And so I feel like that's a big reason why people don't talk about it or try and get involved with others who are struggling, because they're like, well, you know, I think I know how to help them, but you know, that might only work for me type of thing. So you actually gave me I use it and tell everybody. You ask them, do you need a distraction or do you want to talk about it? Because I seriously, when you first told me that, I was having a horrible day with Cameron, and it's like, I love to talk about it, right? Like that helps me. But I felt like I was talking and like talking doesn't bring him back. And I was like, this is pointless. This is like, nothing's helping. And so a distraction, I didn't even know that was an option. So to be able to have an option of just distract me was phenomenal. So that's been like my go-to thing. I always ask and tell everybody now. So you're awesome.
Thank you. That's become my my new norm for pretty much anybody that I talk to. That's anyone that deals with it. If they're having a bad day or something, I'm just like, do you want to talk about it or do you want a distraction? Because sometimes, and my therapist confirmed this with me, going through stuff like that, sometimes you're unpacking things, and you can't always unpack a box if you're not ready to unpack that box. And so sometimes it's just nice to know that it's like, hey, I'm here for you. I can't help you unpack that box, but maybe I can talk about something else so you don't have to think about that box.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Therapy for the win.
Therapy
Love
is
therapy.
great.
Yes. Your turn.
For what?
Well, let's see, because this is your topic. We just chatted.
So for both of you, what are some things that you guys do to help with if you're having a bad day?
That's a great question. Oh, man.
Bitch and moan.
Oh, gosh. That's so good. Okay, we clearly don't do much to help our bad days, do we?
Well, I was going to say, I think it really just depends, because sometimes it's something as simple as watching a movie, or sometimes it's playing a video game. But for my really bad days, I don't know.
I definitely have seasonal depression too. So like with it being finally like 70, 80 degrees in Washington, like sitting outside, like if I was having a bad morning, I just go outside and it's like instant. That vitamin D is what I need. So you're 12.
That's how you said it. That vitamin D.
That vitamin D. Oh my gosh, that sunshine. 12. You're 12. But like, if it's gross out, that's adding to my bad day. My kids are driving me crazy. I'm trying to think. I've started saying mommy needs a timeout. And so I will go away and sometimes I'll sit in my car. Sometimes I'll just shut the door. Just be like, no, mommy's in a timeout. Go away. So that's kind of helped. But I don't know. I need to get better at doing things.
I will say, when I am at my lowest, I want to hang out with people, which is hard because it's hard when people have plans. And I want to do like board games or things to get my mind off of things. But that also still doesn't happen. So.
What about you, Justin? Are you better than we are?
So for myself, typically what I'll try and do first is, first thing I try to do is I ask myself, okay, when was the last time I took a shower?
Yeah, showers.
Something as simple as just taking a shower. You can wash off to a certain degree. You can just get rid of that you feel so much better afterwards. You can just wash away your worries, decompress in the shower, and just, kind of just relief.
That's so true. But yeah, showers, definitely.
Also, just drinking water.
As literally in Monday's episode, we talked about having to download an app to help us drink our water. I know today during D&D, I saw you grab your water bottle and start drinking water. And I was like, God, I wish I was like that. I wish I would go into the kitchen and be like, I'm thirsty. I want some water.
I honestly did not used to be like that. And then I want to say I was like 29 or I turned 30 or something like that. And I got a kidney stone.
Oh, that would do it.
And I was like, oh, I need to drink more water.
Yeah, okay, fair.
And so I'm just like,
We can't even do it to help our mental health. You do it because of a kidney stone.
Dude, I hear kidney stones are no joke. I've never had one,
Yeah.
but my mom said they are worse than birth. So
No fun.
So you went through birth.
worse than birth.
Luckily, it was a small one, but it was painful. At least I can only assume that that's what it was. It made sense, but and
You
then
never had it doctor diagnosed. You just assumed.
No, I just assumed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was getting pain in my kidneys, and
I mean, that sounds like it.
Yeah.
it kind of, yeah, it felt like it was a kidney stone. So I'm just guessing that that's what it was, because all of a sudden,
I like that you say it felt like a kidney stone, but also if you don't know how a kidney stone feels, how do you know what it feels like?
I can only assume a burning sensation.
Oh, yeah.
Justin, we just brought you on the pod to criticize you.
Oh, is that? Oh, I knew it. That's why anybody invites
How's your
me
mental
anyway.
health? Shit. Great. Let's.
Dude, it has been shit.
Oh,
No, I'm actually doing all right today.
oh, good.
Today.
It was earlier in the week. It was shit, but
You know what? Mental health is a day by day thing. So
It really
sometimes
is.
hour by hour or minute by minute. So
let's just say I'm glad I had therapy this week. That helped.
yay, that's good. Good.
My therapist made me laugh a lot during our session, so it was,
Those are the best therapists.
It
I'm
was
so
great.
glad for you. Speaking of water, guys, I know I asked you all to help me find an app, but I found an app. It's Water Kitty. It's literally what Bri has, except it's a cat.
Look, he looks so sad.
He's so sad, but I'm about to give him 20 ounces of flavored water.
20 cc's of
Look
water.
at his little tongue. He's so happy.
Today, I think my thing's an octopus.
It changes animals?
Yeah. Because I paid the.
Oh, yeah.
So now it
Man.
gives me different animals.
That's so cool.
Oh no, it's a sloth, I think. Oh, it's
What's
a
a
llama. Oh, it's a llama.
You were wrong about all of those animals.
Literally 10 minutes of our last pod was us talking about this stupid app. And here we go again.
I could unlock a new character by checking out our app for women. Pink llama.
Check out.
Yeah, hell yeah. What else do you do? I feel like we cut you off. We got shower and water.
Shower, water. I mean, part of it too is I need to make sure I am not always the best at taking my medication.
Yep.
So
Same.
yeah, I noticed.
Oh yeah.
They get at each other. Take your medicine yet? That's not even true. Justin gets at you. You don't get at Justin.
Yeah. No.
I'm a lot
no.
better at taking my meds.
He's my person. I have night meds that I have to take, and so I always forget about them. And Justin is the one who's like, "Bri, did you take them?" But what he's talking about is what happened. What was it? When was it?
What are you talking about?
When you texted, when we were texting, and I was like, I was so. It was just something stupid. Like, remember when we were in Forks and like I was nervous to get out and take a picture, and I went, "Oh, duh! It's because I didn't take my meds."
Uh-huh.
I was texting him, and I was like, "Dude, I was nervous for."
Excuse me. I'm dying a little bit. I think it had something to do with your job change, or I think it was like you were doing your interview or something with the new people, or you were doing something that you were just like, I'm super excited for this, and I shouldn't be nervous, but I am nervous.
I
Was it your first
remember. I think it was either my first day or the day before my first day, and I was like trying to figure out like health insurance and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I think that might have been. What you were
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. Because then I was like, dude, I don't think this was the right move. Then I was like, but you know what? I realized I didn't do this morning. Take my anxiety meds.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Trying to, and then like you were saying, Bri, like, you know, trying to find something that I get enjoyment out of, to just kind of, you know, watch a movie, play a video game, you know, watch some TV or something, you know, something that, and I like to rewatch a lot of TV shows. I'll just put it on. It's partially background noise, but it's also partially just like a comfort thing.
Yep.
And so
That's Friends for me.
yeah, like I'll put on like, you know, American Dad, Family Guy, stuff like that, just because I'm like, I need something that's going to make me laugh, and you know, something that I've seen a million times that I can enjoy.
Yes.
I know. I actually, I just recently got back in. God, no, I have the hiccups. Got back into my cross stitch.
Oh yeah.
And I forgot how much I loved. I mean, it's a pain in the ass, and like I screwed up royally Sally's head. Like,
Oh no.
yeah, I'm nervous for the rest of her head. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make that work, but I'm gonna try to make that work. But it's nice to work on it, and like I'm a goal oriented person, so the fact that I can see progress and see accomplishment with my cross stitch, I'm like, yes, this is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wanted to say at the beginning of this that my lisp is probably worse, guys, because I've got a tighter tray on, so sorry. I heard it really bad when you said that, so I was like, fuck.
Sorry.
Sorry.
One thing that I've learned that is important is making sure that I don't shut people out when I'm having a bad day.
That's a good one because I do that all the time. If I ever stop talking to you guys, that's what's going on.
I did a toxic thing that my therapist said don't do anymore, which would be when I need people to ask me how I'm doing, I'll ask them first in hopes that they ask me. Apparently that's not good. She's like, no, just tell people you're not doing good. I'm like, I can't do that.
My therapist was, because one of the things that they said that made me laugh was, this last week was, we were talking about, because I'm very hard on myself versus like how I am towards other people.
Same.
And so they were saying, they're like, you know, if you were sick, would you beat yourself up for not doing the dishes? And I went, yes. and they just paused for a second and were just like, oh, I forgot who I'm talking to.
Well, I'm glad it's not just me. I would feel horrible too.
And then they had to word it, and they basically like, okay, if your wife was sick, would you get mad at her for not doing the dishes? And I'm like, of course not.
Yeah. I always have to put myself in that position where I'm like, okay, if someone else were coming to me and saying this, what would I tell them? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, you're being way too hard on yourself.
So with me, we talked about me with grief, but I didn't talk about mom guilt. And that's 3 days after Mother's Day, you guys. Hi, happy Mother's Day. I would say...
Sorry to cut you off, but I like that you're the only one talking about like specifically what you got.
Oh, no, I don't want you guys to feel like you have to talk about that. I'm just like a freaking open book. That's like when I got my tattoo and the guy's like, you know, people might ask you about that. I'm like, I don't care.
Let them.
Yes. But anyways, well, one, I've already talked about my grief, so they know about that. And mom guilt, I feel like just needs to be addressed because so freaking much with any mom. Like, it's like so easy to just feel like a horrible parent. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world. What would it be? So not even like as a single parent, which adds extra, but just a parent in general, or mom in general, dad, anything. Because like tonight, we were supposed to record. So then not only do I feel like a crappy parent, so we were supposed to record tonight, right? And my parents were going to watch my kids, but it's Mother's Day weekend. So they were visiting my grandma and they got into traffic and got home late. So I'm over here like almost not resenting being a mom, but having that feeling of, you know, like it also mixed with grief because I'm like, if Cameron was here, this wouldn't be an issue, and all this sort of stuff. Like I can't do, like, I want to do my me stuff. And it's all very frustrating. And then on the flip side of with kids, you just like, you feel like everything you do is wrong. Right. So, I just am so exhausted all the time.
There's another thing that we should be doing more of for ourselves. Sleep.
Yes, we definitely need more
talking
sleep.
about mental health. Let's ignore sleep.
As it's also 10:30 at night and we're going to be up until like 1.
Oh, yeah. But anyways, I just love, there's this meme out there of this mom and kid walking together, and the mom has all these thought bubbles like, oh my gosh, I, didn't give her a bath today. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I did this instead of this, blah, 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 blah. And then the kid just thinks, oh, I love my mommy so much. And it's just like, I just need to remember that. And so hard when they drive me crazy.
I will say that you are not the only mom that I know who says this.
Luckily, I know every single mom out there does, and I feel like if they don't, they're either lying or not.
Yeah.
Involved in their children's lives and not great. So I think a main takeaway with mental health is that lots of people go through it. Mm-hmm. You got to find your people that make it okay and help you out, and you're not alone, and we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Hashtag talk about mental health.
And part of it too is just take care of yourselves.
Yes.
Because even simple things, that may not seem so simple at the time, but
Like a shower
or
Drinking water.
drinking water. But things like that, small things like that can definitely, it can affect your mood.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
If you've ever been hangry, you'll understand.
Oh gosh. So true.
It's funny. I don't think I've ever been hangry.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I don't think so.
never been so hungry that you've been mad.
No.
I don't even have to be that hungry.
Sierra gets it. Sierra, oh my
I'm
God.
a little hungry.
I'm a
Like,
little snacky. I'll even bite someone's head off.
Yeah, no. I witnessed it with Sierra in college. And that's when, because obviously everyone always jokes like, oh, I'm hangry. But then after seeing it in action, I was like, oh, I don't think I do this.
but yeah, you guys. So we love you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yes. Thank you, Justin, for joining us
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
for a very vulnerable episode too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. we just threw you in.
Threw me under the bus.
Didn't even start with the full episode and was like, okay, so this is what we're doing.
We're going to dive deep here.
Hey, but you know what that means? That means you're going to be really ready for the bare minimum episode. You're not diving deep there.
Yes.
I'm just treading water. We'll be all right.
Because we're about to go record Aragon, because that's what Justin is joining us on.
Yes, in 3 weeks.
Did I say his name right?
Aragon.
Yeah, my name is Justin.
Oh, no.
How did I know you were going to make that joke? I also almost was like, yeah, Justin's great.
I was like, is someone going to say this? Because it's right there.
I almost did.
All right, you guys. Find people that make you laugh. Okay. We love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for sticking with us.
We hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, we would greatly appreciate it if you subscribed, rate, and reviewed.
You can also follow us on Facebook at Offscript, Instagram at Offscript Podcast 21, and TikTok at Offscript_pod.
Shoutouts to Madam Ashen Creations for our adorable logo art.
And Adam Daniel for our incredible theme song.
And to Creative Cinephile Productions for producing our podcast. See you next time.